Want to go far in business and in life? You can't do it alone. The secret is expanding your network of personal relationships, building friendships, connecting on an intimate level, away from the office, over a coffee or cocktail. Welcome to All In with the real Nate Payo. The show that asks what happens when you go all in and leverage the power of your network of personal relationships.
Good morning. Welcome to the All In podcast with Nate Payo. Once again, I'm your host, Nate Payo. Today, I'm sitting with Chip Baker, host of the Success Chronicles. Welcome to the show, Chip.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I met Chip on this journey I've been on to meet with people, network with people, connect with people, and using a podcast as a platform. And Chip is also a host of his own show, the Success Chronicles. And I was fortunate enough to be a guest on the show. And it's kind of one of those things where when you put some faith into the process, that if you meet people, they're going to introduce you to some other people who are going to introduce you to some other people. And before you know it, you've met some people in your life that are going to make a profound impact. And these are people you probably never would have met under different circumstances. And I think Chip's definitely one of those people that without, kind of put myself out there and trying to do a podcast, I never would have had a chance to connect with him. But he's doing some amazing things, some inspirational things, and really trying to help people find the best version of themselves. So again, Chip, welcome to the show. Pleased to have you. How did you get started in this journey of the Success Chronicles? What was the founding moment there?
Well, first, again, I want to say thanks so much for giving me the opportunity to be on your podcast. I truly appreciate it. But for me, I've been blessed and fortunate to be raised by some amazing people, as well as be around some awesome folks to learn from in my career. And so I started the Success Chronicles a little over 3 years ago to show appreciation and give back to those amazing people that I had in my life. We always had, great conversations, and, they were people that inspired me. And so I just really, started out by just wanting to show appreciation for them. And now it's grown at a crazy rate, and it's truly far surpassed anything I ever thought it would be. And here we are.
Yeah. So who are the type of people you like to work with and that you like to help?
I think for me, as a part of my mission, I pride myself in taking care of the people that take care of people. Mm-hmm. And so, from there, that's leaders, that's, anyone that's involved with trying to shine a positive light and help others. And so I think for me, if you're looking for positive motivation and inspiration, you can get it with the Success Chronicles.
That's a good place to find it. I think you touched on the idea of having mentors and giving back. And especially like when I was early in my career, and most people are in the same predicament, not a predicament, but the same mindset is like, I want to learn, I want to be educated, I want to gain knowledge. And so we're in consumption mode. We're going to school, we're taking classes, we're reading books, we're doing this and that. And we gain all this knowledge. And then somewhere after you've had some experience with stuff, you're still craving this knowledge, but you forget that you've accumulated so much of yourself that you need to sometimes take a step back and go, hey, I can give back some of this knowledge I've accumulated to other people and help other people come up in their path. At the same time, I'm consuming information and positive influence from above and from mentors. So I think that's really cool that you looked and saw, hey, and these mentors helped me out, and now I want to help other people out.
Yeah, for sure. I think the goal is to continue to always have a growth in our life. Continue to learn, continue to be the best version of ourselves, continue to have that growth in all areas of our life. But then also the fulfilling part comes in when we can give that back to others, when we know that we've put the effort and time in to do that, but then now we can help others move efficiently in their path. And really, to me, the application is in the application.
Yes, it is.
So we have to apply what we learn so that we feel fulfilled.
Mm-hmm. What would you say has been one of your biggest challenges getting started that you've overcome? with being a mentor, launching the Success Chronicles, and being a podcaster?
Not enough time. I mean, I am a podcaster, but I didn't say this. I've been in education for, my 21st year this year, and I'm a fourth generation educator. So there's lots of things that I have on my plate, and, I pride myself in, having systems in place to help me move efficiently and effectively. But I mean, there's always more things that you want to do. And the great thing about, the times now, we have some time, and it allows us, the opportunities to do those things. And I look at it as a blessing.
Yeah. I like that you've been an educator. You come from your family's been educators, and you're using your platform to reach more voices and have a larger impact. So that's really great. So this is a show that talks a bit about networking, and networking comes in different forms and places. And I like to call it networking because it's the easy word to use to describe it, but it's really more about developing personal relationships with people, and trying to have this network of people that you can rely on for support and help and need, but also people you can reach out to support and help and need. How have you built relationships in this journey of yours with the Success Chronicles, and then how has it taken you to places that you never thought possible?
In my second book, Effective Conversation to Ignite Relationships, the first quote that I use in there is a quote by one of my former pastors, Pastor Danny Green. And this puts it all together. The quote is, "Our life moves at the speed of our relationships." And so in our lives, if we have quality relationships, quality things will happen in our lives. You think about it, those people that don't, are struggling to do things, they don't have the quality relationships they need in their life. And so for me, I think that's where it all stems from. And I think it's a direct connection it's a link of all of the things you've done. We're a sum total of our environments, our experiences, our relationships, and our actions. And relationships are so key because, like for me, like I said, I just started out, shooting to show appreciation to the people, the relationships that I had in my life. And now, I'm getting to interview Olympians and people that I've always looked up to, and people that I read their books, like different things like that. And so it's truly been a blessing. But then, like we talked about earlier, being able to help. So now I can connect people and help establish and build their relationships as well, and give them opportunities. And I think for me, it's really cool because people don't refer you unless you're referable. And for me, it warms my heart to know that people think enough of what I do and how I do what I do to refer me to others and put their name on the line, because they think of what I do as, of value. And so I'm truly appreciate that and appreciative for those relationships.
That's so important when you have a network of people you're working with, or in your trust circle. It's basically a trust circle. It's building that trust, and you having faith that the people that you're going to recommend or refer to somebody else, that they're both going to add value, and not go, "Hey, why'd you introduce me to that guy? That guy is flake, or that guy was, not so honest." And then vice versa, to have somebody that you respect and admire say, "Hey, look, check out Chip. He's going to help you out." You're like, "Wow, that was a great referral." So the importance of referrals is, I think, super important. And then when you start, at least for me, when I start connecting people within my network together, that I find so much more fulfillment and happiness when somebody's like, "Hey, I'm really struggling with this problem." And I'm like, "I know somebody that can help you. You got to talk to this person." That to me is where I feel the most fulfillment, when it's, when it's me and you and him, that it's a little less like, it's good, but it's, I think that's where the power is when you're connecting other people to each other and not just being a one-on-one.
Yeah, that's the magic right there. I think that's the idea of sowing seeds, in our world. And so I think when you sow positive seeds from a non-judgmental, unbiased, not looking to gain anything from it, place, it's amazing how great things just happen for you because you're doing it from a good-hearted place and you're not trying to get over on anybody. You're just looking to help and make a difference.
Yeah. What do you find is there a one thing or a few things that people that you work with tend to struggle with, to take that first step to kind of pursue the best version of themselves possible? What would you recommend to get over that?
I think it starts with the mindset. I think I have a concept that I call LPOs. I think first, the L is limits. If you limit yourself, then you limit yourself. Mm-hmm. And it starts with that mindset. You have to know that you are capable. You are enough. We have to get over that first. And I think once we do that, it shows us that the possibilities are possible. Mm-hmm. Just like, I've talked about in the situation with the podcast, with what I'm doing. I mean, like the possibilities are possible. Yeah. I'm a little guy from a small town in Texas. Grew up with a single parent mother. I'm interviewing people from all over the world. I'm a 3-time bestselling author. Like the possibilities are possible.
Yeah, and I think once you start realizing a few things are possible with effort, your limits change. If you're thinking of what you can do and what's possible, it's really a belief in what you think is possible. And I use this analogy. It's like, sometimes you say, like, if you wanted to get a donut, you could go get one. You can figure it out. You know where it's at. You know where the store is. And even if you don't have any money, you can maybe think of some ideas to find. Maybe there's a couple quarters in the couch cushion or between the seat of the car, or there's ways you could do it. And so you go, okay, if I wanted to get a donut right now, I that's possible. I can visualize it happen and I can make it happen. There's a solution to it. But some of these bigger, more audacious goals that we have for ourselves, you just go, that's just not for me. That's somebody else that's possible. But when you start changing your belief about hey, I do believe it's possible. I'm seeing the path to get there. It might not be an overnight path, but it's about taking little steps that take you in the right directions, that take you in meeting the right people, that shape your lives, that give you encouragement. And then once you start seeing you start seeing possibilities becoming possible, then these other impossibilities start becoming more possible. And then as soon as they become possible, then you can find a way to get to do that. So I think your mission there and your idea behind it's very, very true and very impactful.
Yeah, it lights you on fire. You know what I'm saying? Because you see that, oh, well, yeah, it is. So then now, there is no limit. Mm-hmm. It is oh, well, I'm going to do that, and it gives you the confidence. And then you see the O is what I was going to say is, opportunities bring opportunities, and so when you are doing things with a passion like that and you don't have limits and you see that the possibilities are possible, you cherish every opportunity. And what happens is, just like we talked about with the relationships, you gain more opportunities from that because people see that you are worthy and your word is bond and it's quality work with what you're doing.
It's amazing how that snowball effect picks up steam and does great things for you. So one last question for you before we end. We'll have two. The last one will be where people find you. But okay. What is your favorite quote that you like to repeat to people when they're talking about success?
When they're talking about success, my favorite quote, I think for me, and this is classic, the Earl Nightingale, progressive realization of a worthy goal, and for me, that comes in many phases. I think seasons, levels, just for example, like me as a person, my definition of success, it's different now than what it was a couple years ago,
Mm-hmm.
or even when you get to different phases of your life, you prioritize whatever is important to you at the moment, is your definition then. So I think, it's a continuous, not a one stop. It's this. I think it's a continued work in progress, if you will.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that because I think, especially for me, and I'm going to say a lot of people are in this boat when they're younger, success is things. That success is like, I got a certain level of income, or I got this kind of a car, I have this big of a house. But as you get older, those things, they to me, they mean less. Like you start acquiring things and they don't provide you this like satisfaction that you thought you'd get from them. And you just keep pursuing it. But when you find success, to me, is how many people's lives that you can shape and impact and see them grow and be the best version of themselves. So I think, to me, success is the definition changes over time of what you're looking to go for and what motivates you. And when you start realizing what real success is, then those things you talk about matter more, because you're going to go through seasons, you're going to go through levels where sometimes things are rocking and rolling and it's easy, and sometimes things are tough and you don't feel like doing it. And if your cause, your belief in what that success is stronger, you're going to go through the tougher times and not give up. If it's just chasing material things or, things that don't have this big value to you deep down in your soul, then they're gonna, it's not that important. And
oh, for sure. I mean, I think you have to realize that at the end of the day, it's not about you. Every decision we make, every choice we make, everything we do, it affects someone else that you love. Yeah. Right. And so we have to be aware of our actions, our decisions, our choices, because, like you said, when you're in those moments, because we're going to all have tough times. Mm-hmm. When we get in those tough times, if it's just about you, you'll quit, you'll give up. Right. Yeah. Yeah. But if you realize that it's bigger than you, well, it doesn't matter what the obstacle is. And now you have reason to step up and knock it out.
Yeah. I love that. That's really having a cause. It's beyond you. It's more than just you. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So I appreciate you coming on my show. You have had a lot of awesome knowledge bombs that you talked about. So if people want to get connected to the Success Chronicles, where should they find you at?
Well, you can go to any social media platform. My main deal is YouTube, Chip Baker, the Success Chronicles, and the podcast. Any podcast platform. Again, like I said, I'm on all social media: LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and all of those are Chip Baker TSC, and Twitter is Chip Baker 19. But one big thing I would love for, like people, normally say, go like, follow, subscribe, comment, all of those things. I love for people to do that, but bigger than that, just like I said, a long time ago in my life, I learned that it's not about me, and so if there's something that you see that will make a difference in someone else's life, please, I ask that you just please share with them to help make our world a better place.
Yeah, I love that. Make it about somebody else first. So yes. Cool. Thank you so much, Chip, for coming on the show, and look forward to chatting with you again soon.
Yes, sir. Go get it.
All right.
Make sure to visit our website, therealnatepeo.com, where you can subscribe to the show on iTunes, so you'll never miss an episode of All In. While you're at it, if you found value, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or if simply tell 2 friends about the show. Looking to connect? You can find Nate Peo on LinkedIn or Instagram.